to be talking about masturbation. And for those of you that have left comments as well as sent me emails, I wanted to go ahead and discuss this with you since it seems to be something that is of interest. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And for those of you who are viewers for a long time, welcome back. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment, as it does help for other people to find the video. So, let's talk about the positive aspects of masturbation and talk about some of the things that can also create a problem. First of all, for the most part, masturbation is healthy. It's a solo act, so you're not dependent on someone else to bring you pleasure, for you to have an orgasm. You can't get pregnant or get someone else pregnant. You can't get an STD or some type of disease. And it's something that you can do on your own schedule. It also does not involve anxiety or performance, and it releases hormones that make you feel good. It also helps with strengthening your PC muscles, and another important factor is you get to know your body. You get to connect with your mind and body. You get to learn what turns you on, what makes you feel good, what brings you pleasure, and all of these things are very positive. And for the most part, before you even get into any type of relationship, you really should know your own body and know what feels good, and have that mind-body connection and work on that. Now, some of the downfalls with masturbation is if you are doing it so much so that you're creating any pain or chafing or overstimulating yourself to the point where you're not able to have an orgasm, and this can happen too. So that's where moderation comes into play, is that you really need to moderate yourself if you feel like you're overdoing it. And there really is no specific amount of masturbation that is the norm per person. I mean, it really depends on the individual, depends on your life, different, points in your life. But if the masturbation, again, is causing you any type of pain or discomfort, or if you're doing it so much that it's interfering with your relationship, your work, getting out, then obviously it's something that you need to curtail a little bit and take a break from, but not for a long period of time. Sometimes if a person decides all of a sudden that they want to stop masturbating for a long period of time, it could be months, that's not healthy. And that can cause someone to feel depressed. It can affect your health. And having an orgasm really does help to regulate your hormones and, again, keep those pelvic muscles strong, especially with women, because they're having contractions when they orgasm. And the stronger the muscle is, the more powerful your orgasm is going to be. And for men, too, to have your body have that release and regulate your hormones, it's a good thing to be able to have some type of a normal pattern that you develop that's not excessive, but that you feel comfortable with. One of the other pitfalls that can happen, though, is if you are in a relationship and you are masturbating to a point where it's making it so that you're not able to have an orgasm with your spouse or your partner, or it's interfering with you wanting to have sex. Because for some people, having an orgasm by themselves or masturbating by themselves, there's not the stress involved in performing or having to have some type of anxiety. Of course, I'm talking about performance anxiety. And you're not having to worry about the other person. So if it becomes a problem that you're masturbating instead of having sex, well, then that's something that you need to get help for in the relationship. And that does happen with people from time to time. One of the other problems that I see is the idea of masturbating and having a sexual pattern and orgasming one particular way, and then when you get involved in a relationship, you're only able to have an orgasm that way. And for some people, that can be frustrating. And so you might want to change it up. So if you are masturbating one way, doing it the same amount of time, maybe watching a video or thinking about something, my recommendation is to really switch it up. So you may want to, if you're using a toy, let's say all the time, you may want to use your hand. Or if you're watching a video, you might not want to watch a video. If you're doing it one particular way, one speed, you're touching yourself the same way every time, or you're just trying to have an orgasm as quick as you possibly can. These are things that can interfere with your sex life once you're in a relationship, because you've developed this pattern and you have trained your body and your mind to have an orgasm in one particular way. So I would definitely say you want to switch that up. You want to try different things. You want to either slow it down, speed it up. You want to change a video or turn a video off. You want to use your mind. It's definitely important to be able to turn yourself on without having the visual aspect, so that if you're in a situation and you ever are anxious, you can always think about something that turns you on, and it doesn't always have to be something visually stimulating. So it's important to really switch things up with masturbating. And for women, sometimes they have problems having an orgasm if they've been using a toy and the vibration's really strong and they have kind of dulled the sensation a little bit. So never put a strong vibration directly on the clitoris. That can really dull the senses, and so you might want to lay off of that. And also men, the way that you're masturbating too, if you're overstimulating, that can also be a problem, and sometimes that can even delay orgasm. So be aware of that. Another aspect about masturbation that is important is you learn how to have the mind-body connection, so you really are in touch with yourself. So you know what turns you on. You're conscious when you're touching yourself. You're in control. You know it feels good. You've really gotten to know your body well. And it's not just, I'm going to quickly masturbate, have my orgasm, and that's it. That's fine, here and there. But also you want to not get stuck training yourself that way for long periods of time. That's where I see that people get into problems again when they get into a relationship. Other than that, masturbation really is something that can be healthy. There's nothing wrong with it, and people shouldn't feel bad for touching themselves, getting pleasure from touching themselves, and masturbating, because it's not going to hurt you unless, of course, I've gone over the things that can be a problem. So I hope this video has helped you and answered some of your questions. If you have any more, please leave a comment. And as you know, I believe everyone deserves to have a healthy sex life, and so do you.